Yo, what is up guys, it's Ghost here, welcome back to Stormgate Central, and today I've got a brand new series that I want to sort of try out with you guys called the Stormgate Top Plays. It's an idea I got the other day and I thought, why not take some of these replays that I don't really get time to cast, go through them, find some of the top moments from them, and then condense that down into some of those moments in one video for you guys to watch. At the weekend, especially during the Alpha Navigators Cup, I think there are a lot of great games that just go unwatched simply because people don't have time to watch every single professional game of Stormgate that's played. But we often miss out on a lot of those cool moments. So that's what we're going to do in this video today. I'm also going to leave my email down below, guys, and if you yourself have a replay that has some sort of moment in it that you think is worthy of a top play, maybe you had some tremendous micro, maybe you held off a rush from the enemy that shouldn't have been possible, or perhaps you managed to sneak something out on the map and completely bamboozle your opponent. Whatever it is, if you think it's suitable for a top plays video like this, feel free to email it to me at ghostmbb@gmail.com. I will go through these replays and I will choose the best ones for the next episode. Alright guys, so this is going to be the first top play. This is by Captain Alex, actually called Photon Cannons Enjoy It in-game though. And he's going to be playing the Celestials up here in the corner, going up against Snockstar playing as the Infernals down in the bottom left. Now Snockstar, he's part of Aftermath Esports, same team as Parding in theory, really great player. But we are going to see a proxy Starforge come out of Mr. Captain Alex here. Now this is a very popular build at the moment. What you basically do is you go ahead and put your starting prism on the Therium, or you build another prism as I guess he's done right here. You build your creation chamber and a power bank, and then you use your first morph core to build this Starforge, and you just start pumping out vectors and get them out very early. A lot of Celestial players are doing this against the Infernals. However, it is harder than it looks to keep these starting vectors alive, and right now Captain Alex is going to showcase for you guys exactly how to do that. So he comes out with the first vector here, getting multiple picks on the gaunts, killing all of the fiends here. So the very starting gaunts that have come out for Snockstar, and he's trying to creep here, and he knows exactly where he's going, right? He rallies straight down to the health camp. He knows that that's where Snockstar is going, intercepts those first two gaunts. Another vector now comes out, and what he really wants to do is capture this creep camp, because right now vector number one is getting pretty low on health. Two more gaunts and two more fiends now coming to back things up for Snockstar, so he really does have to be careful. They do have that teleport spell on them, so you know he can sort of get out of dodge if he wants to. Great play here as well, by the way. He's actually moving with the vector here, trying to find a flower to capture so that he can heal himself. None have spawned, unfortunately, and this vector is very low. 12 HP, 3 HP right now. The second vector is at 111, and he really has to keep this one out of dodge. He desperately wants to capture that health camp, really has to be careful. Oh, down goes the vector there. Now the third one is still going to be out here, and just watch this, right? Absolutely beautiful micro that comes in here. There's only got one brute left. He gets one vector up on the high ground, one on the low ground, and he just kind of dodges them back and forth. This brute just does not know what to do in this situation. It's running back and forth, drastically trying to find some damage on these vectors, but it just isn't coming out, and the value that he's getting out of these is absolutely incredible. I really wish there was a minerals lost tab that I could show you guys here, because I am sure that for Snockstar it is looking very bad right now. Couple of fiends there coming out of the brutes. He's basically doing everything he can. The fourth vector now comes out here, and poor old Snockstar just doesn't know what to do against this kind of harassment. Last couple of gaunts come out here as a last-ditch effort to try to take them down, and they go down as well. The number of vectors right now for Captain Alex is just getting overwhelmingly large here. There's another brute coming in, but with these units funneling in one by one, this is just not going to be an effective counter to these vectors. But what else can you do? He doesn't even have an expansion up. He's got a meat farm down at the moment. He has a conclave. He has 9 volt. He hasn't even been greedy, right? He moved out on the map with some starting units and tried to take this health camp, trying to do some creeping, and he has no choice but to leave the game. And I really wanted to showcase this because I've seen a lot of players try to do this opening vector style here. They lose the first vector, they lose the second vector, and that just completely shuts it down. But Captain Alex is an absolute master at this kind of micro style here. Alright, moving on to our second play this week, we are going to have He, or Hai, not sure how to pronounce that one, versus Kell. So Hai right now is playing as the Celestials, he's going up against Kell playing as the Infernals, and you're going to notice he's going up against the exact same build that Captain Alex was doing before. He's moving out on the map here with this morph core, and he wants to place down this Starforge. And Kell has a great answer to this. He's just going to send 2 imps across the map right at the start of the game, and he's going to plant a couple of shroudstones down here. And now, all of a sudden, he has this massive threat back home to deal with. And he's wondering, what do I even do with this morph core? Do I want to move out on the map here? Do I want to go and take Kell out or not? You know, do I go for my attack as planned, or do I have to go back home and defend? And obviously, he's now forced to start pumping Argents out of this creation chamber surged right now, so he doesn't really have the Luminite or the resources available to make that Starforge. It's a pretty simple tactic, but I really like this from Kell. And this is always the worry with these sorts of builds. You start to wonder, okay, when is his aggression going to be over? It's always a game of chicken, right? When is he going to stop building army units and sending units across the map? When is he going to build his expansion? And when can I stop building Argents and carry on with my base? But unfortunately, he sent a couple of Fiends here across the map to go and tango with these Argents that were contesting the Shroudstone, and they are now going to go down as well. And he's built this building here. I love this. I think he sees this, or he saw the imp standing there, and he thinks, okay, Kell's about to expand, so I can stop building Argents. Little does he know, though, he actually just threw down a meat farm here, and now there are more Fiends coming out. They found this Starforge, and they're going to take this down. I have to say, Starforge positioning here, not great. I much prefer the positioning that Captain Alex went for in the last play, where he sort of put it up there and rallied straight down to the health camp here. That was much more effective. But yeah, just a nice little opening here from Kell. Very easy to do if you're an Infernal player and you're having trouble against Celestials doing this kind of fast vector opening, or even if they're going for some sort of a proxy build with Argents or whatever it is, you can really punish them and make them think twice about it by moving just a couple of imps into their main and building some Shroudstones or even some meat farms. Down goes the Starforge. That is going to get shut down, and Kell is going to go on to win this game and indeed this best of 3. Before we continue, don't forget, if you are enjoying the content here on the channel, hit that subscribe button. Plenty more to come on Stormgate here in the future. Lots more casts, guides, and build orders. So if that's something that you guys enjoy, make sure to hit up that sub button. And as always, thank you guys so much for your support. Alright guys, this next play is going to be from Captain Alex once again. He's going to be going up against Prime Scout here in the bottom left, playing as the Vanguard. And you're going to notice here, he's pretty much opened up with a similar build as he did last game, or in most of his games in this tournament. He's gone for that fast Starforge, he's gone for those quick vectors, he's pretty much taken the map control, and he has forced Prime Scout to turtle up in his base. However, Prime Scout has a pretty menacing amount of exos, and for anybody who's played Celestials and you have vectors, Kree, Argents, really anything the Celestials have, you'll know that exos are extremely scary. They can kite, especially once they have that quick draw hustle, very, very easily on the Celestial units. So basically, Captain Alex is looking for an opening here. You know, he's biding his time. He doesn't want to charge up the ramp and lose a load of units here. He's going to give it a bit of a go right now, but that's not really going to turn out too well. Loses a few Kree there. He thinks better of it and sort of waits and bides his time. But this micro trick that's coming up here, I think, is really, really clever from Captain Alex, and it really just shows that the vectors aren't just to be used in a defensive manner when it comes to their teleport. So Prime Scout moves out here and bam! He just teleports right in front of the army with all of the vectors, completely cutting them off there and getting a beautiful surround with most of the Kree. Now the 5-6 exos that get up the ramp are not going to be enough to deal with army, and that is going to be game. I just really like that, you know. I think when it comes to the teleport ability of the vectors, a lot of people think of it for the obvious things, right? Once your vector's low on health, you can blink it back or teleport it back like you do with Blink Stalkers. You can get up and down of cliffs. You can teleport on one side of trees and onto the other side, etc. But not many people think of using it to just completely block an army in its tracks and then get a wrap around with the Kree. So really, really nice play. I really like that there from him. So moving on at number 4, we have once again Mr. Captain Alex playing in the blue as the Celestials, and he's going to be going up against Sanich playing as the Infernals in the red. And this is one of the weirdest games I've ever seen, I think. We are at the almost 14-minute mark right now, and both players are on one base. So this game has been a constant back and forth between both of these players here. Neither of them has dared really to take an expansion. So Sanich up here, he's got some decent tech out, he's got the ritual chamber, but he's really just been building up an army with magmadons, and one of these players really has to do something to turn the tide. And it kind of looks like Captain Alex is in a bit of a precarious situation. Sanich is sitting on his doorstep here. He's going to be able to go and take all of the towers on the map. He's just doing a great job of containing him, constantly pressuring him. He does have the Sovereign's Watch there that's stopping Sanich coming up, but out comes the Archangel, and this is really going to turn the tide in this battle. Boom! Down it goes on all of the gaunts there. The perfect time to jump into this fight. The rest of the Kree are going to come out here and mop up those magmadons. pretty armored there, so they're going to stand up to the Magmadons relatively well, and whenever they do their stomp, they can just sort of roll away from them there. But I really think without that stomp there from the Archangel, there's no way that Captain Alex would have won this fight, and that's going to be a GG right there. Sanich leaves the game. So that's about all I had for you guys today. This was just like a quick trial, so maybe in future I'll find more of these plays, but let me know what you thought down below in the comments. I'm aware that maybe a lot of you prefer to watch fully casted games, so you can get all of the colour and the story really of the game all the way through from start to finish, so that maybe some of these moments are a little bit more meaningful to you. But like I said at the start of the video, who really has time to go and sit through all of these games from the Alpha Navigators Cup? Well, except for me, because obviously I had to watch them all to find these moments, but you guys probably don't, right? So what do you think about this more condensed format? Of course, I'm not going to stop casting full games either. Whenever I find a really, really nice game for you guys, I'm going to continue to cast those. But I just thought, you know, instead of not taking a look at any of the other games and highlighting some of those really nice moments, that we could do this sort of a format instead. And like I said at the start as well, if you have any replays that you'd like to send me in that you think are worthy of a top play in Stormgate, feel free to do so. The email is down in the description, ghostmbb@gmail.com. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching today. Have a great one, and I'll see you guys in the next video.